Yo, what's up everyone? Kyrios here, and today we're going to go over Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, the brand new gacha game, and we're going to go over essentially the weapons you were looking for and if you should reroll, which by the way, rerolling in this game, super easy. You should definitely do it. And there's weapons that you are very looking forward to in order to be able to go a lot further in the game a lot earlier, and it's very convoluted. So if you guys can, hit that like and subscribe. Check the chapters down below, whether it's the reroll portion, the tier list portion, or just the banner portion. Let's get started. All right, guys, I'm going to take you through the reroll real quick. It is super simple. I know we were at the beginning of the screen, and that's all you need to know, right? In order to do a reroll in this game. Nothing fancy. You don't have to re-download the game. You don't have to do anything. The only reason I have the multi-manager pulled up here for BlueStacks works really well for me, especially 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝙿. The reason why I like this is that you could probably do about 4 emulators if you do low graphics, and all you got to do is either duplicate these or just make 4 fresh instances and then run them side by side and do it all at the same time. So I highly suggest you do maybe 4, 5, 6 at a time if your computer can handle it, and the reroll is going to be super simple. I mean, all you're going to do is hit the settings here, right here, go down to the title screen. I'm not going to go through it because I actually, on this account, I pulled a really good account that you guys will see later in the video. Battle Garb once again. At this point, I'm going to fast forward. See if we get a legendary. Whoa! Whoa! But all you have to do is once this comes up here, hit the settings in the top right and do reset game data. That is it. That is literally it. It'll say, do you want to delete it? Yes. And then it'll say, do you want to skip the tutorial? And you say yes. And you're back at the intro screen pulling. It's crazy how easy it is. Thank you, Square Enix. When games are made with great rerolls, especially gacha games, that goes a long way for the community. Thank you so much for that. I do appreciate it. Let's go on to the tier list and everything else you need to know. All right, so this is a new account. As you get through it, there's a lot of things to click on, and they kind of throw a lot of things in your face. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to click that 10 pull, and hopefully here on that free 10 pull, you're going to get some legendaries. Now, I am going to skip the animations until we get to the stamps. All right, woof, we got through everything that we need to pull. Now, there's one thing I do want to point out before we get to the banners. You do get the weapon for Zack here. This is actually one of his best weapons. In my opinion, I think it's his second best weapon. Highly suggest that you don't need to go after a weapon for Zack. Now, we will talk about that because it comes into the gift sets, and that's what gets a little confusing. And then you get another weapon for Glenn anyways, so there's no reason to go after that weapon for Glenn, and we're going to be looking for a weapon for Matt as we go. So you have a bunch of different things in order to pull. All right, let's go over the draw. Now, you have 2 different styles of gems. You have the blue gems that you essentially get for free. You can get the red gems that requires you to spend some money. You have these 2 5-star guaranteed ones. Not really the best ones to roll on. I mean, for 1,500, pretty good since they're going to give you a legendary out the gate for 10. So you'll probably do it if you're spending a little bit of money, but not the one we're focused on. You are going to be focused on these tickets that you did get, the free legendary ticket and the 30 other tickets, and hopefully you get a legendary from that. And once again, you do have a 7.5% chance to get a legendary. Like, that's crazy. You might even get 2 or 3 legendaries in the same 10 pull. But the one that really matters is this feature. And there's 2 different ways we have to break this down. One is we're going to talk about 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝙿, which is Cloud's currently best weapon and the one that's on the featured banner here. And then we are going to talk about the wish list. And the wish list is what's probably really confusing about this game. So I'm going to try and break that down to the best of my ability. So first things first, let's look at the stamp card. It's going to have 2 legendary weapons. I'm going to call them limited legendary weapons. And then it's also going to have some battle garbs as well. So we have one for Barrett and we have one for Cloud. Now, what's really nice about this stamp sheet is that you're guaranteed to get a stamp whenever you do a 10 pull on this banner. So at 6 10 pulls, no matter what, at the very minimum, you will get the weapon guaranteed. And then at 12 10 pulls, you're guaranteed to get the battle garb. And there's multiple sheets here as well, and it gets a little bit harder and harder to get the things as going forward. So always put the weapon or the battle garb you care about most in slot 6 or slot 12. Now, talking about those card details, when we go ahead and roll, and always again in 10 pulls, you have a chance of getting multiple types of stamps, even to the point that you have a very low percentage to get all 12 stamps in a single 10 pull. And I think you probably get where I'm going with this reroll, is that you can now reroll right now indefinitely just to try and pull that 10. And that 12. And if you pull 12, you've pretty much got the count that you want to move forward with. So that might be the end of the progress here. But so we're going to do a 10 pull on that in a minute. But first, we got to fix our wish list. And this is where things get very confusing, is that you'll see that Cloud's got a bunch of weapons. Barrett's got a bunch of weapons. Tifa's got a bunch of weapons. Everyone's got a bunch of weapons. And so your mileage may vary on who you want to level. Now, the two I am focusing on for now, and I do suggest you only focus on 2 or 3 characters in the beginning, even if it's not the character for the right story mission, and that's fine. You do get a bonus if you use the right characters, but that doesn't really matter in the beginning of the game or even the mid-game. The two I'm going to focus on are Cloud and Aerith. Now, there's actually a third character I'm going to focus on too, as well, is Matt, and you'll kind of get my drift. So for Cloud, we're trying to get that 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝘿, right? But just in case I don't get it, or I just want a secondary weapon, the best secondary weapon, in my opinion, for him is Hard Edge, mainly for the physical defense down, the defense break that's on it. So this is going to be really good for that weapon. And then I'm going to focus on Aerith as my secondary character, and she's got 2 best in slots. And I think if you played Final Fantasy, you know what she's good at. She's a great healer. So the first weapon that would really set your account above and beyond is Fairy Tail. And then just in case I don't need her to be a healer, I would love to get the Wizard Staff on her too, so she could be a magic user. So she could fit 2 different roles in my party depending on how hard the content is. So this is a great portion for Aerith to put 2 different weapons there for her. Now, I do love Tifa. Tifa, I think everyone loves Tifa, right? For a reason. So I am going to put a Tifa weapon here for the times I use Tifa. I think her best in slot right now currently is Tiger Fangs. So I'm going to try and get my hands on some Tiger Fangs. And then for my final slot, since we already have a weapon for Zach and we already have a weapon for Glenn, I'm actually going to focus on Matt. And it's going to follow the same theme where you need healing. And one of the best weapons you can get in the game for that team squad is this weapon right here, which is called the Prime Number. It is a great amount of healing. So you're going to see I have 2 healing weapons here and a variety of other weapons. But you can kind of see that the team comps we're making, right? Cloud could be, physical DPS or magic DPS. Barrett is mainly AoE DPS with some magic DPS. Red is physical DPS with magic DPS. Where Tifa can also be a part healer for you or a physical DPS. And Aerith is a magical DPS and healer on top of that. So you just want to make sure that every character can fit 2 different roles. And we're going to do the same thing for like Zach and Glenn and Lucia, where Lucia can be a little bit of a healer, also DPS. Matt, healer, DPS. And then Glenn and Zach will be mainly DPS, whether it's slated towards magic or AoE or single target physical. So I think you're kind of getting the drift. But this is my favorite setup right here. And I apologize ahead of time. I am very long-winded. So let's go ahead and see what we got in the 10 pull. We're going to go ahead and draw that. It's all in the right spot. 3,000 tokens or gems or crystals. This is where you're going to get your stamp. We got 3. That's actually really good. Because if you can get 2 3s, it might be worth keeping the count depending on whether legendaries you get. So let's see what we got here. All right, so we're in normal battle garb. This isn't the limited. So now we have to get lucky if the animation. Now you could just skip this, right? That's what I would probably do. But we're just having fun on the video. So we're gonna see what happens. Let's see if he gets the tuck and roll. Here we go. Block it, roll it. No roll. So we got no legendary there. So you can see here all purples, which is not what we want to see. Pull here. See what we get. Maybe we get a 3 on this. That would be amazing. We did get the 3. So no matter what, we do get 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝘿. So this actually might be worth keeping if you're not that big into re-rolling. This is a good stopping point for you. But maybe we pull it again and maybe we get double-double. Let's see what we get here. Do we get the alternate? No. So we have the battle garb once again. At this point, I'm going to fast forward. See if we get a legendary. Whoa! Whoa! Wait a second. Wait a second. Hold on. Hold the phone. That was 3 legendaries. What did we get there? I was not ready for that. Please tell me we got... No way, dude. We got Fairy Tail? And I got Murasama? I might be done re-rolling live on this video. Holy cow. Holy cow. So let's go ahead and do descending rarity. So at this point, all right, guys, that roll was absolutely nuts. At that point, I actually might be done re-rolling live on this video. But you can see we have Murasame, which is what we want. We have the best healing staff in the game right now, and we are really set up for success. So that's all I really got. That's how you re-roll. That's kind of what you're looking for. And if you can roll something really good, if you want to go for that 12 roll and get the battle garb as well, that is something worth doing. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any more questions. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take it easy, and fist bump from me to you.